Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Sunday, June 11th, 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time 2023. We have two sun-diving comets. There's the first one and a bigger second one smashing into the sun earlier today. But the big story, severe storm threat for over 40 million Americans from Colorado to Georgia. Keep calm. It's boom time. Severe winds up to 70 miles per hour, large hail over 2 inches in diameter are forecast. And here are some live updates. All the links will be below. Parts of metro Atlanta and North Georgia under level 3 of 5 severe weather risk. And here's that region in question with large hail, damaging winds, and a few tornadoes from Lexington down to Montgomery, from Atlanta to Little Rock. So large region, as well as out here in eastern Colorado. So heed the warnings. Full forecast in just a moment. Flash flood warning declared today, and hail was spotted in Bemidji. Yeah, this is in northern Minnesota. Take a look at this car. Clearly, lots of water falling from the ground. Areas of severe thunderstorms, excessive rainfall, and heat today. Severe thunderstorms capable of producing damaging winds and hail were expected across a broad area centered over the Tennessee Valley and Mid-South today. Excessive rainfall from thunderstorms over the northern Sierra and eastern Colorado and the southeast U.S. may bring areas of flash flooding today. Well, also Minnesota. Isn't that where that just happened there? Yep, northern Minnesota. A heat advisory is in effect for portions of South Texas, and not much going on. Pretty low level, except for that severe threat down in the southeast. Here's the smoke map. You can see that smoke has dissipated on the East Coast for the most part. Just some light haze. And let's play it through for the next 48 hours. What is going to happen here? We're going to have a thicker plume of smoke move down into Michigan and perhaps Illinois and Indiana over the next few days. So you might see, there comes the plume. And that is going to be on the 13th. So 2 days from now, it could be hazy. Take a look at that. Down in Chi-Town, Wisconsin, you could be in the orange sky. Also, New Brunswick potentially getting in some heavy smoke over the next few days. The fires are getting put out. There are much less fires in this region, but they are popping up some more here in British Columbia and Alberta. So that is the smoke forecast for the next 2 days. Japan had a 6.2 earthquake shaking northern Japan in Hokkaido. The earthquake affected the northern island, but no injuries or significant damage was reported. And that brings us to the seismic update. There is that quake of note right there, 6.2 in Hokkaido, Japan, in the North Island. We did have a big rumbler in central Alaska, but overall, no quakes of note. Pretty normal activity worldwide. There was a partial collapse of Kilauea's wall spatter cone last night, and some fantastic footage coming from the USGS. We retweeted it over at at Oppenheimer Ranch Project, at Diamond the Dave on the tweet box. Check us out. All the links will be below. Now, I'm sure you've heard Campi Flegrei may about to be erupt. Yes, Italy's Campi Flegrei supervolcano edges closer to a possible eruption. It hasn't erupted since 1538, and all these articles are coming out because of this paper published on the 9th of June. Potential for rupture before eruption at Campi Flegrei caldera in southern Italy. We're going to do full analysis of this paper and the prediction for an eruption over at Magnetic Reversal News tomorrow night, so stay tuned for the boom and a full analysis of the paper. Here you can see the Campi Flegrei caldera in blue. Oh, actually, it goes all the way to the hashed dotted yellow. But the area in blue is uplifting. And here we have a transect from A to B, here to here, and you can see that amount of uplift. And what that's doing is it's thinning the crust, the cap rock above, which can cause fissures to form and then a release or an eruption. So that's the basic premise. And tune in tomorrow for the full analysis at Magnetic Reversal News. Worldwide volcano news update. Other than Campi Flegrei, we do have some activity here. Shivalush blasting a nice puff to 12,000 feet just moments ago. Swanoshima, the alert activity has been reduced from 3 down to 2. That's good news. But we have increased activity at Krakatau. Series of paroxysms continue, Eruption sending ash to 3.7 kilometers, and Mayon, which may be about to go boom in a big way. Intense activity is continuing, and the likelihood of sudden explosions or dangerous pyroclastic flows remains high. Incandescent hot rock falls from the summit lava dome at Mayon just the other night. And there is that sun-diving comet. There were actually two. The first one is kind of small, comes in right there. And then the second one, that's a beauty. So 2 sun-diving comets on LASCO C2 today. Good news. Space weather news update. The sun is quite blank for solar max. Almost embarrassing. Look at that. Just a few pinpricks. It does appear from the backside that there will be some sunspots that are coming around the limb any time now. But the sun, all solar indices are dropping. Flaring is flat, and it's looking like a grand solar minimum sun. Let's take a look at the coronal holes. We got a small one about to face us. The last one barely did anything, so that will not be in the geomagnetic forecast, which is all calm, KP3 to 2 over the next few days. I'm sure you've seen lots of people on the Twitter and in the mainstream media talking about this massive drop in Antarctic sea ice. The reality is that the maximum, the most ice ever recorded in all of recorded history in Antarctica occurred in 2014. And the position we are now is not far off the mark. There is natural variability here based on climate patterns here. There is no catastrophic loss of ice in Antarctica whatsoever. It's been flat since the late 1970s. Now, Antarctic ice, we've seen an uptick here. This is a 9-year high in Arctic ice extent and a 9-year high in Arctic ice area. So the Arctic is at a 9-year high, and the Antarctic is acting completely normal. There is no climate emergency. There is a magnetic motion emergency. The North Magnetic Pole is headed from Canada into Siberia and recently crossed the international date line. Its rapid motion plus other shifts in Earth's magnetic field are forcing scientists to revise magnetic models. And what is going on? It's called a magnetic excursion. And they happen, well, pretty regularly. Every 5 to 10,000 years on Earth, there's fluctuations in the magnetic field. And that can do bad things. Talking about bad things, the CDC confirms the WHO increased the risk of autoimmune heart disease by 13,200%. A study conducted by the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Food and Drug Administration has shown that the risk of myocarditis following mRNA COVID vaccinations is 133 times greater than the background risk in the population. And that is a boom to knowledge. Hope you got something out of the video. Please share this video, as we are shadow banned on YouTube and only shown to current subscribers, so we need your help to grow. Become a Patreon, support the work we do, and stay tuned tomorrow night on Magnetic Reversal News for the Campi Flegrei full analysis. Be safe. We love you.